Right, well, my name's Tom Cowley and I've been with TFMC now for 7 years. Initially I signed up for 5 years, but once my 5 years was up I renewed for another 5 years, so I've been with the organisation now 7 years. My background is that I am a qualified accountant. I've worked 30 years in industry, a number of sections, but primarily the construction industry. And the time came to start looking at doing something yourself after all that time. I'd looked at starting my own business, but quite frankly, I didn't really know how to do it. It wasn't so much the accounting work, it was all the peripherals. How do you look after a website, etc.? How do you market and all that sort of thing? And the franchise route seemed to offer the answers that I was looking for in that direction. No, I didn't. I saw TFMC advertised. Back in those days it was called a local bookkeeper, which I think was what initially caught my eye. I knew nothing really about franchising, so I made some inquiries, franchising generally and the local bookkeeper as was, and it was beginning to tick boxes for me. The upshot is that we met up. I liked what I was hearing, they liked what they were hearing, and the result was I signed up in August 2010. The deciding factor for me was a support mechanism that's offered centrally. I mentioned just before about, you know, website support, marketing support, those sorts of things. For somebody like me, who's not necessarily an expert in those fields, that was a very, very big plus. Very good. I can honestly say that what I saw on the tin is what was delivered, and to be perfectly honest with you, the ongoing support is good. So I've got no complaints in that direction. As an experience, it's been good. It's been hard work. I'm not entirely sure what my expectations were when I set out. It was a bit of uncharted territory for me, but you know, having done what I've done, I can look back and say it's been a good period and I've enjoyed it. Initially, when I signed up, I had a small territory, as we call it, which was the top corner of the Wirral. But just as I re-signed after 5 years, I took over the rest of the Wirral. So my official territory is now, although it's called Wirral, it was originally made up of 2 territories. I'm undecided at the minute. I mean, the area I look at is, you know, quite a big area, and outside of the area there's quite a large catchment for me potentially. So I haven't really looked into the possibility of formally taking over another territory. On balance, yeah, it was harder in the early days, but as time moves on, you're able to manage your situation. You know what you're expecting, and you can work around that. So it's something that just develops as you develop with your business. Yes, I would do it again. As I said, the overall experience has been good. I don't have any complaints. So if anyone were to come and ask me, I'd tell them exactly what my experience has been, and you know, that potential franchisee can judge by that. But I've certainly got no complaints. If you're a brand new franchise and you're starting out afresh without any clients, you've got a fresh sheet of paper, you can't expect the world to come running to you just because you've announced your presence. It needs some dedication. It needs you to get the trust of potential customers. It doesn't happen overnight, but over time it will happen.